On the day of the meet, the biggest thing to understand is to have fun. Now, my presence on the platform and me the day of the meet, I'm nervous, I'm focused, and to a lot of people it comes across like I'm in a bad attitude because I'm so intensely focused. But deep down inside, I am having fun because what drives me to have fun and what I love is that end result of putting that hard training cycle to use and showing what you got on the platform. An important thing to understand, and again, this is easier said than done, but don't define what you are as a powerlifter or what you've done as a training cycle with the result on the platform. I have had some tremendous meets where I've had the worst training cycle of my life, and I've had times where I've had the strongest training cycle of my life, hit PRs, had a great projection of where I should be at the meet, and I have a bad meet. So when it comes to analyzing the success or failure of a training cycle, don't just put 100 of your eggs in the basket of how you did on meet day. Make sure you take into account what else you did during that training cycle. A big thing I have to recommend is don't forget anything. The first time I ever squatted 1,000 pounds in competition, I actually forgot my shoes. I had a competition, I actually had Raw Worlds in Sweden the week before the US Nationals, and I hadn't fully unpacked my bag properly and packed my next bag properly, so competing in a meet in Sweden, the following week, Nationals in Orlando, and I forgot my squat shoes. So the first squat competition I ever did that was over 1,000 pounds, I actually forgot my squat shoes. Don't be that person. The best thing you can do to avoid this is make yourself a checklist. And I'm going to show my checklist to you guys here. You can make your own or copy this, but make a checklist, check it twice, and make sure you got everything on there packed in your bag before you head to the meet. So on the squat, this means everything from your feet all the way to your head. Your squat shoes, your knee wraps or your knee sleeves, your singlet, your undergarment. Make sure you follow the rules of your federation and that you have the correct undergarment to wear. Your belt, a good t-shirt to squat in if you're going to wear a different t-shirt for the squat, bench, or deadlift, and your wrist wraps if you need those. On the bench press, I can't stress this enough, bring a few different pairs of shoes. You don't know what kind of floor you might have at the meet, so bring a few different pairs of shoes with different grips on the bottom. Maybe some are better for carpet, some are better for rubber, and some are better for wood. If you don't know what the surface is going to be at your competition, bring a few different pairs of shoes because having that foot grip to the floor is vital for a big bench. Again, don't forget your singlet, don't forget a t-shirt if you're going to wear a different one for the bench press, and don't forget your wrist wraps. On the deadlift, similar thing. Some shoes may be grippier than others, especially if you're a sumo deadlifter. Make sure you have a few different options for traction on the bottom. Don't forget your long socks. A lot of federations require long socks. Don't forget those. Don't forget your baby powder. Don't rely on someone at the meet to leave it in the warm-up room for you. And again, don't forget your belt, or don't forget any tape if you use it on your thumbs. Anything that you use in training, you got to bring it with you for the meet. And then miscellaneous. This can make or break your mentality. If you have a little odd or little end that you have every day in training and it's something you neglect to pack in your bag, it can throw off your mental state. If you eat Sour Patch Kids between all of your sets when you're training and you meant to bring for the meet and you don't have them, that might screw with your head. So make sure you go through all the miscellaneous items. Ammonia, chalk, attempt cards, kilo to pound conversion charts. There's some really good apps these days where you don't need the old school paper. You can use it on your phone to do the conversions on. And the big one is a pen. At a meet, you might need to be writing down your attempt cards to turn into the platform. And a lot of times you might not have a pen. It's not something you think about. So make sure you go through everything imaginable, walk through all of your lifts, your squat, your bench, your deadlift. Think about everything that you need on your body to perform the lifts. Think about everything that you need between those different attempts and between the different lifts. Anything you would have in training that you love to have, make sure it's there with you in your bag for your meet day.